Well, further north, the Beitbridge border post is notorious for being a very busy port of entry. Now, with lockdown restrictions somewhat eased, more people are expected to make their way through that border for this Easter weekend break. Home Affairs officials have been deployed to help beef up security and ensure the smooth flow of traffic. Let's check in now with our reporter, Manqoba Mchunu, who is there now this hour for the latest. Manqoba, good afternoon. How are things looking there at the border post, Menq?
Well, but then I can tell you that certainly officials here are on high alert. In fact, there is currently an operation that is taking place here at the border where we've seen members of the South African Defence Force as well as immigration officers and Home Affairs officials here on the ground, literally, making sure that people that pass here at the border are carrying the right documentation. And of course, those that are not in the country legally, we are seeing them being detained by police. But I just want to show you what's happening here. We are just next to the bridge here where you'll find many of the people walking and crossing the border between South Africa and Zimbabwe. And you can see here, but then already there is quite a number of goods that have been found here by the officials. And these are goods that have been bought here in South Africa and with people that are here in the country, of course, that have been detained at this particular point because they were found not to have the proper documentation to be in the country. So we have seen quite a number of people here that have been arrested from the morning since this operation began. And what officials are saying to us is that they will be beefing up security here at the border. As you see, there's the fence right there, Britain, where some of these people are able to make an entry into the country illegally. And of course, we saw also some of them being chased out even of the fells just around here in this particular area. Some of them we know are called gomas. Those are the people that actually assist those that want to cross the border illegally to be able to do so. And we understand that those who cross that border will then pay up to an amount of 500 rand just to enable their goods to be ferried across the border and to enable them to then also cross the border illegally. But I just want to walk this side again just to show you what's happening. Of course, you can see the members of the South African Defence Force. They're here on the ground alongside the police as well as Home Affairs officials. But I want to bring in the DG of the Home Affairs Department, Toby Makode, just to give us an insight on this operation. Makode, Baba Siyabonga kakhulu ngesikhathi sakho. Just tell us more about this operation. What exactly are you looking for?
Well, thank you so much, and good afternoon to your viewers, Manqoba and camera person. Well, in essence, it's an operation that's informed by our Easter operational plans and working, of course, with our colleagues from the SAPS, Colonel Radziran and the team, and also the South African National Defence Force, together with colleagues from SARS, and also, of course, other stakeholders such as agriculture, other stakeholders such as SARS, as I indicated, and of course, Port Health. It's a plan that was tabled before the Ministerial Border Technical Committee, was approved for us to ensure that the operations are smooth, that there's no congestion at all our ports of entry. As I'm speaking, the Commissioner for the BMA is currently at Libombo, one of our busiest ports as well. And then DDJ McKay is deployed in Lesotho, both Maseru and Fixback. And so far, Manqoba, it's been going smoothly. No congestion detected at all our ports of entry. And as you can see, we're working throughout with the colleagues from the SNDF to make sure that anyone who's coming into the Republic of South Africa has proper documentation. And the team that you saw earlier from the South African National Defence Force and the SAPS were able to effect a number of arrests for people that are undocumented, and as a result they have managed to take those to the nearest police station.
But one would say, Tommy, that this is an operation that's only happening now, but the issue of the border and the people coming into the border is a 365 issue. It's a 365-day issue. What are you doing as a department to deal specifically with that?
Of course, Manqoba, you will note that we operate within available resources. And as I indicated, working with our other colleagues and our other partners such as the Defence Force, the SAPS and SARS, we try throughout the year to run operations of this kind, but you will note that operations of this kind require a lot of resources, a lot of personnel. Just in this, for this Easter period alone, We have deployed about 634 officials throughout the country at the main ports of entry, which we believe should be seeing a lot of traffic in the afternoon.
We're seeing people being arrested here this morning. Give us more details about these arrests and some of them that we saw also outside here.
Well, since this morning, the SAPS, working with the Defence Force, they've been, including our immigration officials, they've been able to arrest, I think it's close to about 120 of the people that you saw this side of the bridge and also across the bridge. Most of them are undocumented. And as I said earlier on, the message out there is that if you don't have any documentation, please don't even attempt to come closer to any port of entry. Because the same operation is happening in Lebombo, the same operation is happening in Maseru, the same operation is happening at Oshuk, the same operation is happening throughout any other port of entry of our country. As I said, we've deployed about 634 immigration officials from our side, and they're working alongside the colleagues from the Defence Force.
And just in terms of expectation, I'm expecting a busy weekend. We do know that the lockdown regulations have been eased this time around compared to the previous years. Are you expecting to see more people perhaps using these borders?
Very interestingly, Manqoba, prior to the COVID pandemic, these ports of entry were able to see probably close to between 1.4 to 1.9 travelers to and fro. And during or post the COVID, or maybe probably post the announcement of the relaxation of the regulations, I don't anticipate a lot of travelers that will be coming through to this port of entry.
And just finally, Tommy, in terms of the border management authority, we know that that was passed by the president last year. Is it functional? What's happening with that? I do know that they're also at the Lebombo border post, also speaking about Easter and checking on Easter preparedness. What's happening with that structure? Is it operational? What is the situation right now?
Yes, definitely, Manqoba. The structure is operational. As you indicated, once the proclamation was signed off by the president, 3 key appointments were made, that of the Commissioner of the Border Management Agency, Authority, not agency. Dr. Mike Masiapata has been appointed, supported by General Chilembe and Ms. Jane Tupana, who are both Deputy Commissioners for Corporate Services and Operations. All of them, of course, deployed for this period. And you will note that this operational plan that we're implementing was developed by the BMA, working with other partners. So the BMA is alive, and we're building on the success of the plan that we developed during the festive season into the Easter season. So the BMA, it's being implemented incrementally, and for sure you should be seeing a lot of activities that will be announced by the minister in the next few months.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, Tommy Makode. Let's just move around just to show you here. Of course, we have seen quite a number of those illegal or undocumented people that were here being taken into custody by the police. Of course, they will be facing charges for not having their proper documentation. But you can see that it is quite a serious operation that is happening here on the border. And of course, the police saying that, as well as Home Affairs officials saying that they will leave no stone unturned. They are targeting all the various hotspots where we know that there's an issue of those who cross the border illegally. And they're saying that this operation will continue until the end of the Easter period.
Thank you very much, Manqoba Mchunu there. We have it from Tommy Makode. He's, of course, the DG. That's the Director General of Home Affairs, giving us some updated figures there, speaking to Manqoba Mchunu at the Beitbridge border, saying that the police and the Defence Force members since this morning have arrested 120 undocumented people at Beitbridge border. People who were trying to access South Africa illegally from across from Zimbabwe. And also saying that 634 immigration officials have been deployed to all South African ports of entry for this Easter weekend.